What's the dumbest/smallest thing you've ever traded sexual favours to obtain? Traded pics for money to buy glasses. Guy didn't pay. I still need glasses. It was stupid. I was going to say that you should have seen that coming, then thought better of it. Edit. Thanks for the silver. A woman gave me a BJ for fixing her PC. I had a female friend give me access to her Snapchat Premium for changing her iPhone screen, but that's all I got. Had a small party at my college dorm, which had a private bathroom, and because I was providing the food and alcohol, I had a small cover charge, $2. I joked to my girlfriend that she had other ways she could pay me, and she said, "Okay, sure." So we went to the bathroom and she went down on me. The hottest thing she said in there was, "I'll still pay you the $2. That's a keeper. My wife and I were arguing over what food to order. I wanted teriyaki and she wanted pizza. We went down on each other and whoever came first lost. Joke's on her. I got pizza and she got half a pint of throat yogurt, plus pizza. Half a pint of throat yogurt might have to be the most disgustingly creative phrase I've ever heard. Traded doing it with this girl from the bar for cigarettes and beer. Wasn't a terrible trade-off, but now that's what she does when she notices my pack getting low or if I'm drinking water. Saved me a bit of money so far. My wife has definitely traded blowjobs for me buying her Magic the Gathering cards. Your wife is amazing. Met my wife when she was a poor college student. Once in Sears, she saw 2 blouses she liked, but put them back down after seeing the price tags. Told her I'd buy them if she wore one for the rest of the day without a bra. She agreed with a big smile. I consider this wholesome, fair, and not over the top. My ex once blew me to get me to stop talking about philosophy. Did you tell her after that the BJ made you question your existence? I once played Monopoly with a bunch of friends. 2 of them were a couple, and every so often they would nip into the next room and come back a few minutes later looking slightly ruffled. One would then give the other Monopoly money, a property, and after one long break, 2 train stations and Park Lane. How the game was meant to be played. My friend once breathed down a microphone over Skype while the guy on the other end jerked off. For RuneScape money. My ex-wife and I gained a few pounds, so we started dieting. She broke down and offered me a BJ if we could just have a burger for dinner. We had Red Robin that night. Cuddles all night. I hate sleeping alone. Yo, cuddles are the... I am big into affection. If I can cuddle up to my significant other, I ain't saying no. Traded doing it for an uninterrupted marathon of Naruto. Ex-girlfriend offered a BJ for the remote control to the TV so she could watch a show. I didn't care, but said sure, but you got to suck me for the entire length of the show. Meant as a joke, but she proceeded to do so as we watched, actively during the commercials, just sort of laying her head on my stomach, and gently while the show played. I thought it was great, but told her after it was all over, I could care less about TV. Traded sexual favours for sexual favours in return once. Ended up with blue balls. The rule, don't feed to workmen until the job is done, could have been amended to help in this scenario. Not me, one of my interns. College student. Had a girl he hooked up with before, but didn't dig because the hookup wasn't good. He goes home for a visit, and when he gets back to his college apartment, he realised he forgot his charger. Girl texts him, says she wants him to come over. His phone is on 2%, so he goes so he can use her charger. Literally traded sex for a charged phone. He hasn't lived it down yet. Win-win. A place to live. After I moved out, a place for my bird to stay until I got a place that accepted birds. Carl passed away in her care, though. I offered my husband a blowjob once if he'd change our kid's next diaper. Did he take the offer? Coffee shop drinks or candy. When I was in college, my parents were 2 hours away. Even so, my mum thought I was way too fat and needed to basically be starved out. Because they paid for my college, my parents were on my bank account and could see all transactions. Mum would go over them and scream at me if she saw any from coffee places or gas stations. No car, so the only reason to go was snacks. Or if I took out cash to buy some. I lived in the dorm next door to this nice lesbian. We would spend time together because we both disliked our roommates. One thing led to another. I told her I was questioning my sexuality. She asks if I want to try, then buys me breakfast at the campus coffee shop the next day. I thanked her profusely and said it was very hard for me to get stuff like this. From then on, anytime she wanted to do something, she would knock on the wall between our rooms 3 times, or, if we ran into each other, ask me if I would like a latte. I traded ejaculation for temporary happiness. Edit. My most upvoted comment is about post-nut depression. This reads like Pink Floyd lyrics. This guy I had been hooking up with said he would pay me $2 and watch a scary movie with me if I effed him. How was the movie? I bumped into my ex and she offered to buy me a new phone if I'd sleep with her one more time. Just what sort of a man does she think I am? Sent from my iPhone 11. Where do you guys find these women that pay you to F them? A baby. I did want it. I'm just pregnant, sober, and slightly bitter about it now. Please like and subscribe if you've made it this far. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of this video and have a wonderful day. In college, I took an alternative math class to fill my math portion of my major. The math course was in resource economics. The classroom we had it in had round tables like in a cafeteria, and we were all placed in groups we'd work with for the end of the year. The teacher emphasised we needed to learn Excel to the highest degree. I was by far the youngest as a freshman in a 300 level class. Absolutely nobody understood what the class was about or what we were doing. I retained near to nothing. Well, the pass/fail deadline had already gone and went, and I was doing quite terribly. Everything culminated to the final, and the homework wasn't due until the end of the semester. Naturally, I was pissed. I kind of accepted my demise as the semester wore down, swearing I'd take calculus instead next time when I failed. I was also single and trying to mingle. On Tinder, I swiped this kid whose major was resource economics in his bio. I was astounded. No one was that major. I messaged him flirtatiously, saying I was taking a res econ course and needed help on my homework. We ended up setting a hangout time so he could help me. I went to his dorm and pulled out my laptop while he did my homework and didn't even attempt to explain it to me. Halfway through, he said, "Blowjob for me finishing the rest of your homework?" I shrugged and said sure. I wasn't super attracted to him, but anything for free homework. I ended up giving him a 2-minute blowjob and left his room with 100% on my homework. Worst part was when we all went to take the final, the teacher announced before the test he understood how much this class sucked. He said we'd all be passing the class no matter how much work we did, and getting at least a 60 on the final. Pass the class either way. I regret nothing. I would 100% do this for my English class right now, and I'm actually insanely jealous. I would probably do everyone in my class for an 80. When I worked the late shift at fast food, there was a manager I always flirted with. She came through on a night off to order something in the drive-thru. At the back window, she asked me to put an extra fry in the bag. So being the clever flirty wordsmith I am, I asked what's in it for me. She flashed me. 10 out of 10 memory. That's the kind of memory that will last a lifetime. My ex once had sex with me so I would go and buy us chips. Win-win. I've ate out my girlfriend to get her to wear a particularly saucy dress for date night. I just like her in that dress. So, it's a win-win scenario. Showed my for a pint of vodka. I was 16 and the guy was 26 and extremely overweight. Sometimes I feel bad. Sometimes I wonder how lonely you have to be to F with minors. Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme. I'm disappointed that none of the top answers say they traded doing it for Outback Steakhouse coupons. I wanted a glass of water. Didn't want to walk to the kitchen. Fiancé was very happy with that one. I do this, but for food. I'll be on top for the next 2 times if you make me a grilled cheese. Just last night, my fiancé traded 2 tops for me to get him stuff because he's sick and doesn't want to get up. Traded my ex an hour of eating for the last pizza slice. Key term was, I had to eat her for an hour before that slice was mine. Worst trade deal ever, as I weren't even hungry after. The area under my chin was sore as F. I could not sit through an hour of eating. Traded doing it for an uninterrupted night of sleep. Amen. I was tired, so I promised my boyfriend it in exchange for him washing the dishes. No regrets. Be careful you don't get pregente. In high school, I gave a guy a BJ in exchange for the fuzzy dice he had hanging in his car. Damn it, I had fuzzy dice for years. My ex hated doing laundry at the one building we lived in because the laundry room was so far away from our apartment. Anyway, she traded sexual favours in exchange for me being in charge of doing the laundry. It was a good deal. Now, however, I'm sadly a single dad doing laundry for no favours, and I'm finding it really difficult going back to non-sexual favour laundry. That's why they make condoms. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos coming daily.